something beyond that. Now, on the journey to Emmaus, I want to ask or plead with you that it should not be seen as a biblical outlook, biblical narrative, which is far from us or divorced from our lives. When things in our lives do not happen or roll out as well expected, that your faith is rather hopeless in that what we had hoped has not yet been fulfilled. Now, the journey to Emmaus is a journey of a transition from despair and loss of hope to a journey which ends up in rejoicing. Now, in our lives, we do encounter different challenges in our lives to a point where we may feel that God is very far from us. Even when we pray, we feel that our prayers make a U-turn. They bounce back. What we do not seem to understand or fail to realize when we are in problems or when we are facing challenges, we tend to forget what we were taught at our confirmation classes. Remember when they said, "Who is God?" Remember that? And you gave all who God is, and to a point where you said God is omnipresent. Remember that? God is everywhere all the time. But now when we are in our facing challenges, we tend to forget received quite early in our Christian lives. So even in this case, people are faced with derision. People are derided because what they had hoped for had not taken place, because they were hoping for liberation. Now, even as they walk, because they are so immersed, so immersed in their frustration, they hardly recognize Jesus. They hardly recognize His presence amongst them. You know why? Because they are blinded by their frustration. Same thing happens in our lives. When we are blinded by our frustrations, by our disappointment, when we are blinded by our challenges, we tend to forget that they blind us in the presence of Christ. It's not that now He is far away, it's not that now, as our challenges blind us, we fail to recognize Christ. So, how is Christ revealed in us? This is another very important thing, is that now we do not get to know or strengthen our faith by our own making or by our own endeavor. It is only